Hi, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this reading. My name is Cynthia. Um, I have a bunch of channeled information, which I love to have happen. I'm enjoying when that happens ahead of a reading because I just like the focus that it gives. And so this came through doing some trance work. And there was some personal meaning for me, but also when I woke up this morning, like right away, it was like, share about that experience that you had during trance because it's going to have meaning for other people also. So, this is about a divine masculine who feels like Superman in Superman 2. So, that's a great movie. It's my favorite Superman movie. It's the one that I watched over and over again as a kid. I liked the first one too, but for whatever reason, we had a tape, a VHS tape of Superman 2 when I was growing up, so I watched it a lot, and it's great. It's got the three like bad guys or villains that come to take over the world, and they show up in this like two-dimensional screen thing, and like it's amazing. It's an amazing movie. But part of the reason that it's coming through is for this particular part of the movie where Superman, I can't remember why this happens, but he feels in order to be with Lois, he has to give up his powers, his superpowers, and just be Clark Kent, basically. What's so interesting, though, is that he really is Superman. Clark Kent is his fake persona that he uses to get by in the world. But it's like he thinks that he can't be Superman in order to be with Lois Lane, and I don't remember why that is, which is crazy because I watched it over and over, but I don't remember why that is. This is something that a particular masculine is going through, and it's going to have meaning for someone in this collective. And it's specifically not understanding or not feeling good enough. Like in that movie, and in general, in the story of Superman, he feels invisible to Lois Lane because Lois Lane doesn't see Clark Kent. She only sees Superman, and she thinks Clark Kent is kind of this hapless, like, geek, because that's what he is. And so there's something about this masculine feeling like maybe he's really Clark Kent and that he's not good enough for you, or a feminine, or whoever his counterpart is that he's feeling a way about. He's torn between who he really is, whether he's Superman or whether he's Clark Kent, and who the person that he is in love with really wants, whether they want Superman or Clark Kent. And in the movie, he gives up his powers. Then he doesn't understand what it's like not to be Superman. So he tries to stand up for Lois with these thugs or whatever that are being jerks. And they beat the fuck out of him because he's not Superman anymore. So he doesn't have any of his powers. And then he's like humiliated. And he goes to the Fortress of Solitude to because he's lost. And it's basically Superman going through a dark night of the soul at the Fortress of Solitude, saying, I'm a failure. I'm failing everyone. I'm failing Lois. I'm failing my parents. He just goes through this whole thing in the Fortress of Solitude. That's what this masculine is going through. And it's a dark night of the soul, and it's also like the purification of winter. Just like fire has a type of purification, so does winter, where it breaks things down to the bone, right? To the skeletal structure. Just the trees, no leaves, no embellishments, right? Like no signs of life, but there is all kinds of life going on under the surface, right? In winter. Just like when there's fire purifying the phoenix, right? The phoenix is about to burst forth even more vibrant and healthy than before, right? So there's something to that. That's the channeled message. And it's your masculine's really going through this, or a masculine is going through this. Probably yours, right? Or else he's catching it. Who knows? Maybe he's catching this and he's like, yes, thank God. Someone's saying what I'm feeling. I don't know. Like, I feel like a fraud, or, there's something to that. And ultimately in Superman 2, he becomes Superman again. Like, they give him his powers back. But then it's also like, I don't think he ends up being with Lois then. It's like it goes back to like, oh, they're just a fantasy. I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe I'll rewatch that movie now. So what do we need to know based on that information? That channeled message about Superman and Clark Kent and a masculine feeling like he doesn't measure up. But they're such stark personas, differing personas. Superman and Clark Kent. Like, Clark Kent's insecure. Superman is all powerful, right? Confident, charming, funny, you know, all of it. And Clark Kent's like stumbling over his feet. Can't, you know, can't, awkward, right? Like, it's just everything that Superman doesn't even have to think about. He just embodies like superhuman, right? He's Superman. So, anyways, what do we need to know about this? And it's in some movie. I think it's in a Quentin Tarantino movie where they talk about how interesting that is. That it's Superman really is the superhero. What is that? There's some scene where they talk about that, and Batman is just a person who has a bunch of cool tools. So he's not really the hero. He's not really a superhero. He's a man that has a bunch of, you know, equipment that makes him powerful. It's interesting. I don't know what that is. Your energy soothes and is a gift to the world. You are safe and cherished. You are loved. Dark arrows, use caution, lower your profile. So this is a theme coming out here, that you're a soothing person by nature, that you can be rest assured that you're safe and that you're cherished and you're loved, but you also need to be aware that there's somebody sending you evil eye, or, you know, looking at you and sending dark arrows at you, black magic, or just simply evil eye, or bad vibes, right? It could be any number of things. I'm going to pull one more, actually. What else? What's one last thing out of these cards before we get into it more? Be tender with your inner child. That reminds me of another story. It's a story about Superman. Again, Superman's such a huge, like, symbol culturally, worldwide, right? He's a huge symbol to many, many, many people. And I was married at one time with a partner who had two daughters, and I was very fortunate to get to be a part of raising them. I wasn't their mom, obviously. I was their stepmom, but I felt really, you know, head over heels with being a part of their upbringing. It was a really huge privilege, and it was challenging at times too. Blended families are rough on everyone at points. So we used to all play a game, because we were all pretty creative people, and we would play different types of drawing games with each other. And one was just a very simple, like, okay, now it's your turn to assign a drawing. And so you would say, okay, Dad, I want you to draw me a picture of a race car. And then my ex would draw one of his daughters a race car. And then it was his turn, and he would assign, okay, Christian, I want you to draw me a picture of a dog. And I still have some of them. I saved them because some of them are really cool. And one of the ones was my stepdaughter Julia told her dad, my ex, she said, okay, draw me a picture of Superman. And my ex was a really good artist. He was a very good illustrator. He did great pen and ink, particularly, he was really good at. So he's drawing away, drawing away, drawing away. Nobody's really noticing or watching while he's drawing. We're all three just sitting there talking and joking around while he's busy at work. And he's like, okay, here it is. And I'll never forget it. It was the sweetest thing ever, because it was Superman, but it was Superman as an old man. So he still has his outfit on and his cape, but he's old and wrinkled, and his cheeks are sunken in, and he's got a cane, and he just looks vulnerable, right? Like, it's like very endearing. It's a really endearing image. And unfortunately, I don't have that one. I think probably because he saved it himself, or else his daughter has it. I hope someone has it because it was a really cool little illustration of Superman. So that just came through as well. So there's something about being vulnerable in love, and your energy soothing others who are vulnerable. Somebody doesn't like that, though. There's a conflict inherent in the situation here. So what are the dark arrows? Let's find that out. You're in a good position. You're safe and cherished. You're loved. You need to just be tender with your inner child. And also, because you are tender with others' inner children, you're safe. People cherish you because of that. Because you have very soothing energy that makes people feel safe with you. Someone doesn't like that, though. Someone's envious of that gift, maybe. What are the dark arrows here? Yeah, somebody wants to kill your dreams. It's somebody in your family. They don't like that you have dreams coming true in the realm of the heart and that you're safe and cherished and loved. There's somebody that feels threatened by that. They want to end it for you. And you're being told to be aware of that and lower your profile. So maybe you're not this kind of person, I can tell. But one way that you might lower your profile is don't be sharing your joy with your family right now. That could be something, because and that's sad to say, right? I don't like saying that, but it may be that if you share your joys with your family, the person that's got animosity towards you and is kind of sending you evil eye and dark arrows is going to be jealous or not like the good news that you're sharing, and it's going to interfere in some way. And so you're being cautioned here about that. Maybe keep this to yourself for a while. Don't share with anyone that this is happening, that you have this love coming or unfolding for you. I don't know what this has to do with the Superman part of the story, but this is what has kind of gotten us to this point. Somebody doesn't like the goodness that's coming for you in love. Oops, where did those go? Oh yeah, they're right here. Actually, I'm not going to go there yet. What else? What else to know? What else to know about this situation? Somebody in your family wants to put an end to the good things that you have coming. They don't like it. So one of the suggestions is that they not be allowed to know what's going on, that you keep these things private and keep your good fortune to yourself. That doesn't mean stop being you. It doesn't mean stop shining, but you might need to keep things secret for a while that are good, that are going for you in your life, right? What are the dark arrows? Somebody in the family that doesn't like this. You're making up with someone and someone in your family or their family doesn't like it. It might not be your family, it could be theirs. Interesting. That's not what I expected to see. So someone ghosted you? What's the pause here? Yeah, okay. So someone that doesn't like what's going on, let's just do this. Yeah. Someone that doesn't like what's happening here between you and this masculine did spell work to end it. And it's either someone in his family or yours. They don't like it. They tried to, and he may have ghosted you, okay, because of this. But what's happening and what you need to understand is that doesn't match how he actually feels. So, and again, let me just clarify this, because I'm, at least in this message right now, in this moment, I'm not saying that's good or bad, or that you should or shouldn't, or anything. I'm just delivering the information. So you get to decide ultimately whether you want to try to heal things and and whatever with this person, or whether it hurt too much and you just want to move on. Okay. But what's coming out here is that the reason this person ghosted and whatever was because of these dark arrows, because of some spell work. It's like it put this ideas in this person's mind that you were after their money and not really interested in them. Okay. What's coming through here though is that that's not true, obviously. And I think that he's seeing that, but there's somebody trying to prevent this. Okay. So, but you've been healing, and you are a healer. You're safe and cherished. You're loved. You're a healer. Your energy, Susan, is a gift to this world. You're tender and gentle with inner children. You might be a therapist or some type of other type of healer, or a diviner, right? Like a card reader, some type of helper, a healer, right? This person convinced this masculine otherwise, and he ghosted you and put you on red or left you, right? Like, this didn't follow up with you in any way, and it really hurt you. So what's some advice for you now that we know that? Doesn't this look pretty? Like, I just want to take a picture of that. Something is really nice and tidy, or this is going to be wrapping up really nicely, I'm feeling, in spite of all of this dark arrows and what this person caused. It doesn't matter. Like, it only caused a pause. It didn't cause a permanent rupture. It didn't cause the ending that they were trying to create. It just caused a temporary pause. And now this person maybe is going to be showing back up to tell you, I just want to take a little picture. This looks so pretty, but I'm going to clear this out of the way now so that I can do the layout, because I don't have a ton of room here on this little table. So now, what do you need to know about this? Someone's trying to prevent it. We know that. They're not succeeding. They only succeeded in slowing it down. So what's some advice for you? What are you, ooh, yeah, that's right. I brought out this oak moss too. For a change, I decided not to start with cleansing, protecting plants, but oak moss, just purely for the beautiful scent. Come on. Ugh, I just cleared this. It gets clogged, this little bottle. Come on, oak moss. There we go. I'll have to put a little bit of that on me because I can, I got some on me. Okay. Why is this doing that? Come on. We're going to just go for it because that little thing isn't. There we go. Ooh, holy cow. Look at all that. I got a lot on there. That's why it's burning like that. Oh God, it's probably going to set off the fire alarm. I didn't even think of that. It smells amazing though. So just bear with me while I make sure I don't get the fire alarm set off here. Oh my God, that smells so good. It's going to smell really good in here all day now. Thanks to this oak moss. Oak moss is a really common ingredient in fine perfume. So if you're interested in perfuming, it's always nice to have a little bit of oak moss on hand, because you can just put a little bit in your bath water. If you're someone that likes making salves and and lotions and creams and things like that, like me, it's a great ingredient to add just for the fragrance. It's a real musky, earthy kind of scent, right? So back to this. No fire alarm went off, luckily. What do you need to know here? What do you need to know about this situation, and what's some advice for you? That's what I was going to get into. That's right. What's some advice for you? What's some advice for you when it comes to this figure? You're a healer. The person that we're talking about is also a healer. I mean, Superman is somebody that's a hero, right? He's a hero character. He cares about the community. He cares about people. He exists to be a healer and a protector of the vulnerable, right? So you're both like that. Yet somehow there was interference and convinced this person that you weren't good or that you were bad or whatever. Oh, wait, I'm not done. I wanted to pull some more cards for advice. What's some advice here for you about, now that we know what this masculine is feeling and thinking about you and that there's somebody that's trying to prevent it, what's some advice for you? And for them, right? In case, just advice for the situation, in case they are catching this reading. Some good advice for you catching this reading. Okay. So here's a protector of the community, like we were just saying about Superman. That's one of his roles, is to protect the community. We've got a boss in the reverse. That's interesting. So let's see what that means, because I need to still use this book for these horror cards. So we have fertility in the reverse. The energy is coming from you. Don't be afraid to stoke the fire yourself. So that's interesting, because it was saying lower your profile, use caution, but also don't be afraid to use what you have here. And what it's showing is that you're a starseed, so don't hide your light, like we were just saying a minute ago. You emanate something really amazing. You're a healer. You have a lot of wisdom. Your mind and your motives are heart-based, like this card says. It's like what you're thinking about and what you're doing is always heart-centered. You're a very heart-centered person. You're a starseed. So it's saying, trust that. This person loves you and cherishes you because you make them feel safe. He may not feel like he's good enough for you because you're this great, right? And he knows that and sees that about you. What's next? He's a protector of the community. The other side. Unfinished business to be handled. Yeah, he recognizes. So this is like in that scene when he gets his ass kicked and he's like, oh my God, what have I done? And he's realizing, like, I have to go. I have to get it. Like, he abandons Lois. He runs away. He goes to the Fortress of Solitude, right? He hides and begs for help, basically. Goes back to where he's from. Goes back to his origin. He's Superman. He's the son of Jor-El, right? Like, that's who he is. And he's reconnecting to who he really is because there's unfinished business between the two of you, but he's sorting that out right now. That's advice, is just to know that, and to don't hide who you are. You don't need to do anything different other than just shine, right? Nature in the reverse. Nature will take its course regardless. So, because you are this sort of abundant feminine energy and you're this rising star and a star seed and you're a healer, it's you're on your natural course, and so is he's getting back on his natural course, just like Superman when he goes back to the Fortress of Solitude and is like, what have I done? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost and confused, and I shouldn't have given up my powers, right? Well, he's naturally Superman, and so they helped him and he came back to who he was, right? And then fire in the reverse. And that's interesting too, because we were talking about winter and fire and water, right? Like fire and ice. And now we have fire here in the reverse. Dig in and defend your castle from its stormy keep. Why is this boss in the reverse? So there might be someone that's going to come and it's the person that's trying to destroy your happiness for whatever reason. You're going to have to protect it. So that's the advice, is protect your peace and your happiness from this person. So it's a boss in the reverse. Who's this person that's trying to, like a crime boss, right? Or like Lex Luthor is what it's giving, right? Like, who is the boss in the reverse? They're trying to kill your happiness or this masculine's happiness. Either one. We still haven't pinpointed who that is or who's... Yeah, like, who is this boss in the reverse that wants to hurt your happiness? What the hell? Who is it? Who's the boss in the reverse here? It's someone who's abusing divination. So there's someone that might be also so like we read that you're a healer. If you're this feminine connected to this masculine and you're a healer and with the soothing energy, and we said you might even be like a helping professional. This is a helping professional in the reverse. So like it's a therapist that doesn't have boundaries, or a therapist that sleeps with their client, or uses their criminally involved client to carry out their vengeance schemes, abusing the power that they have as a therapist, right? Here it would be this person abusing divination, so abusing card readings, abusing things like scrying and divination practices to try to end this person's happiness. It's a boss in the reverse somehow. So maybe like the head of a coven or something. Yeah, they're trying to misalign your energy. They're trying to interfere with your energy and his energy, both. They're trying to fuck with your energy centers. This is chakras in the reverse. They're doing spell work. We picked that up in the first one. They're trying to interfere with your confidence and your happiness. It's a boss in the reverse, like a crime boss or a coven leader, or it's not saying magus or magician, it's saying boss, but that would be, could be someone like that, right? Yeah, they're abusive also. There's someone abusive that maybe they were in an abuser in your past or in your masculine's past. Someone abusive, which that makes sense, right? Not shocking that it would be an abusive person that would be doing this kind of work, spell work to interfere with someone's future and someone's happiness, right? That's a hater at minimum. Yeah, this is like a family business that's doing something illegal. or it's a group of people that does black magic, okay? Because some people do strictly black magic, some people do a combination, and some people don't do black magic at all. This is a group of people that does black magic for hire, basically. So someone in your life or this masculine's life doesn't want you to be happy, doesn't want you to be together, doesn't want you to be perceived as this healer, seen as a rising star, looked on with favor by the community. They are a hater. They don't like that. They're jealous or envious or whatever, or it interferes with their destructive plans for the community, something, right? They're a connected community that works together to cause this type of problem in people's lives, like breakup spells, curses, causing someone nightmares, causing someone to lack confidence, right? It's a dark practitioner that was hired to do this and to interfere. And it's a family that works together. And like the head of this group is twisted. Okay, they're not good. That's who it is, and that's what's going on. And so this reading isn't going to be for everyone. It's not going to be for everyone. Okay, so you need to know that this is happening, and do what you need to defend yourself against this kind of energy. And if you want, maybe do defensive work around the masculine too. What should you do? What's some advice for you? Again, we're going to ask for more advice, because that was also like just confirmation of what it was saying, which is, yeah, someone's working against you. So what's some advice for you? I'll do some scrying too here, since I can, and I've got the crystal ball. What's some advice for you? What do you need to know to move forward with the most protection and success for yourself, right? What do you need to know? What do you need to do here in this situation? Get ready for a positive surprise. So this masculine might be coming towards you to be like, yo, I love you. I'm back, right? Something like that. Just be focused on you. You're single, sexy, and successful. Just stay that way. Stay in your own energy right now. You don't need to worry about what's going on, but maybe lower your profile a little bit. It's someone doesn't want that. I don't know. Let me just keep going here. Yeah, someone's trying to know that someone's trying to interfere with your reputation and stop you from being trusted. They don't want things to change. They don't want this masculine to come towards you. They want to interfere with their trust in you. They don't want you to appear this way, single, success, sexy. Why can't I say that? I stumble over this wording every time. Single, sexy, and successful. It even sounds wrong when I'm saying it right. They just want to fuck up your shit. That's what it is. They want to block you, but they're succeeding. So that's what you need to know. You're trusted, you're safe and cherished, you're loved. You're earning. Your abundance is now reflecting the sincere energy that you're in. This person hasn't succeeded in any way in thwarting your path. And in fact, it's backfiring on them because they're trying to interfere with your thoughts and make you seem untrustworthy and not so great and take you down several notches in the eyes of others. Well, their effort to do that is making them impoverished because they were paying people to do it and it's not working. So all it's doing is emptying their own pockets and ending them up in poverty. It's like it's backfiring. And now they're going to be looking like the sad sack and the scrub, okay? When that's what they were trying to make you look like. Yeah, they're trying to send evil eye to interfere with the trust that the community has in you. But it's not working. They're not manipulating or blocking you, okay? But they are doing it. So you need to know they're still doing it. They're still sending evil eye. They're actively sending evil eye to try to make you appear untrustworthy, not heart-based, broke, fuck up your shit, interfere with your money. It's not working. They're not succeeding. it's this is interesting too, because it's coming to light to the masculine, the person that's struggling with his who he is, whether he's a good person or a bad person, or not good or bad, but powerful or weak, or can live up to what you think of him or not, right? So he's struggling with his own power, Superman and Clark Kent type inner conflict. He knows that this is happening. He may not have known before. He knows now. He's been awakened to it. It says it right here. Someone's been smearing you. Someone's been lying about you. Someone's been trying to undermine your reputation. Someone's been paying for spell work. Someone's really been doing a fucking number on you, trying to interfere with your money, trying to say you're a liar, that you're earning your money through being a fake, right? Like when it showed that divination in reverse, that's coming through. Like maybe you're a fake. They're trying to make people think that you're a fraud, that you're not a healer, that you're not a therapist, that you're a fake, that you're a thief, that you're stealing people's money, really creating a... What's going on? Why does that say it's only been recording 13 minutes? Okay, sorry. I'm confused because there was interference. Something just stopped my reading from recording, and I feel like I was reading for a lot longer than 13 minutes, and it's saying that it's only been recording for 13 minutes. So I don't know what's happening. This reading might be totally fucked up. In any case, it's coming out that this masculine knows what's happening. He's caught on. He may not have known before. This group or this family may have been successfully keeping you apart, and what this is saying and what you need to know is that he knows now, and he's become aware of all of it. I don't understand why. I'm very weirded out that my reading might not have been recording. So I'm going to go ahead now and just do some scrying. I don't know what happened to my reading. I'm troubled by that, but I'm going to let it go because... Okay, so I'm seeing a soulmates in the stars. Like this is a fated connection. Someone didn't want it to happen and was paying for it to never occur. This relationship has enemies for some reason. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's some kind of weird interference here because I'm seeing like a spray... Okay, this is really graphic. I don't know. It's like a spray painted dick, basically, is what I'm seeing, like a penis. And the way it's showing me that is like it's somebody trying to interfere. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know why that would represent that. It's just the feeling that it's giving. I keep seeing this. It's a white triangle, like folded paper, folded white paper into a triangle. I don't know what that means, but it'll mean... I keep seeing it, so it's going to mean something to someone. Like paper airplanes, or the way that people used to fold notes when they passed notes at school. There was one way that you could fold them that it was like a little triangle, almost like a throwing star. Okay, a full moon, a big, beautiful full moon. Yeah, the moon is huge. I'm looking at like a huge moon in the sky, like what you'll see in images, like on the open ocean kind of thing, where the moon just looks like it's huge. That's what it's showing. And now it's showing like an embryo, like an embryo that's turned into a skull, like a Mashika looking skull. Like there's a wall of skulls in the museum in Mexico City, and I'm seeing those stone skulls. But it was an embryo, like it was showing like something about life and death, maybe, or birth and death. Yeah, like something that's showing me like an end of a pregnancy or a termination of a pregnancy. Um, Now it's showing me like a reptilian pregnancy, like eggs hatching, like reptilian. Yeah, the moon, and now I'm seeing I believe it's Io, which is one of the moons of Saturn, I think, a really beautiful lunar entity that orbits Saturn. Or maybe it's not, I don't know what it is. It's really a beautiful planetary body, like a lunar orbit, a moon orbiting one of the planets. That's really beautiful. It's called Io. I don't know why I'm having trouble getting that out. Interstellar, something really, oh my God, that's amazing too. In the trance this morning, there was star getting space around your worries, calling in the space goddess. That's right. To get space around your worries. You're two in your head. Someone in this collective is two in their head. And they need to invite in the space goddess or call in space. There's a seed mantra for the space goddess that you can just record and call that in, and it will help you ease all of that tension around solving this problem. Now I'm seeing a wedding dress, but the bride is wearing a dunce hat. That's really a powerful image. I don't know what to make of it, but it's very powerful. Like this bride did not understand what she was signing up for, is what it's showing. It's like she thought that this was going to be really happy. This bride is not a good person, though, is kind of what I'm seeing. Like this bride thought she won something, but she's actually wearing a dunce hat. It's like the joke's on her kind of energy I'm seeing. Yeah, boy, that's like real. She's like sitting on a stool in the corner with a dunce hat. Like this isn't, this is a brutal message for someone. That's like relentlessly hard truth there coming out. And now I'm seeing an octopus, a really beautiful octopus. Wow. Oh, and he's juggling. That's an old drawing I've seen somewhere. This octopus juggling. That's cute. And now I'm seeing a hibiscus flower, really beautiful white hibiscus flower that looks like an opal. Yeah, lots of planetary stuff because now I'm seeing the planet Jupiter and the red eye of Jupiter. And then that's playing Planet Caravan, where it says the great god Mars, not Jupiter, but it's still, there's something about the planets right now. It's eclipse season, but that's, I'm not picking up eclipse necessarily, but just planetary alignments, maybe things coming into alignment for you. I'm seeing that robot from Short Circuit, the movies from the 80s. I'm hearing a Misfits song. I think it's the Misfits. It might be Danzig. I ain't no goddamn son of a bitch. You better think about it, baby. I ain't no goddamn son of a bitch. Let's go where eagles dare. Go where eagles dare. Because I saw an eagle, and then that song came raging through right as I saw the eagle. Someone's wearing a red bandana, like a redneck. That's an old school Americana image of like the Old West, where that became like a symbol of rebellion, wearing a red bandana, like of the working class. And I'm kind of seeing that here. And now I'm seeing that a continuation of that, where it's talking about anarchism and libertarianism, which I don't find libertarianism to be liberating at all. I think there's a lot of problems with it. But I'm an anarchist, and people think there's a lot of problems with anarchy as well. And there's something about those two ideas actually having a lot in common. But they tend to be on opposite sides of the ideological spectrum, but yet they're very similar. There's something to do with that. And I don't know what that has to do with that Clark Kent Superman thing, but that's the same kind of like two sides of the same coin or something. Like that doesn't have to be in opposition. Heads and tails are very different, but they're on the same coin, right? I don't know. Something about that is important. All right, what's a final card pull for you? Because I'm kind of tripping out now and not sure if this reading even came all the way out. I hope so, because I like it. I like this reading. What's the final message for you? What's the final message? Regeneration. This is what happened to Superman when he goes back to the Fortress of Solitude and begs for help. He gets his powers restored. But when you look at this, like we were saying a minute ago, you would never know that there's something being regenerated with this scraggly tree on a cliffside that has no leaves. It looks dead, right? Like there's no life. Well, really, there's all kinds of life going on under the surface. It's that idea. 46 is the name of the game. Final message for this collective reading. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. That's so amazing. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There's life after death, love after loss. And in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. You're a healer. Your energy soothes and is a gift to the world. Okay. That's the second time that my recording stopped. I have no idea why it's stopping. I'm going to have to splice all these things together. It might be because I had the phone plugged in while I was recording, and sometimes things don't like to be plugged in while they're working. So regeneration, there's beautiful regenerative love coming, second chances, new beginnings. Just protect it. Give the new life the protection it needs. When a new plant is sprouting out of the soil, it's very optimistic and hopeful and exciting and full of promise, but it needs to be protected, right? It needs to have the protection of, I don't know what, right? Like what protects a little sprout in the beginning? Mother Nature, I guess, right? And so protect this new opportunity with whatever power you have to protect it. And that'll do it. Thank you. Hopefully this reading comes through okay. I'm bummed that it was struggling so much.